Yeah, so I just wanted to, in this video, just go through what working with me was like, and maybe you could comment on a couple things. And yeah, I just wanted to start with like where you were in your business and just talk about the mindful spine a bit.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me on. So, I have been a chiropractor for 15 years. The first 10 years of my business, it was called My Chiro Mobility, and it was a mobile chiropractic practice. I'd go to people's homes and offices to treat them, but what led to that was the deeper investigation of pain. So the first 5 years of my career, I worked in clinics trying to really figure out where do I fit in the chiropractic world? And one of the things that happens in clinics as we treat patients is we do the best we can to try to figure out what you're doing outside of the clinic, in your home, your office. But no one's really asking about what are you doing when you're at home or in the office, and how you would maybe change the ergonomics to change the broken record of temporary relief after you leave the clinic. So I thought, well, once I'm ready to start my own business, I'm going to start something different. There's a clinic at almost every intersection. So what can I do different? And I thought, let's do a mobile practice. And that allowed me to deep dive into the investigation of what you're doing when you're not in the clinic, and how can we change the ergonomics of your daily activities so that you're only getting relief. When you leave that clinic, you keep that relief as well. So now after 10 years, I decided to finally take the plunge and open a physical location. It's called the Mindful Spine Wellness Studio. And now I can take all that knowledge from 10 years of visiting people and really investigating their pain, not just treating their symptoms, and bring it into this clinical practice. And now I know how to ask the proper questions to figure out what you're doing at home. And some of my clients even like send me videos of their office setup so I can give them ergonomic tips and tricks. So that's why it's called the Mindful Spine Wellness Studio.
Yeah, that was a great introduction. Maybe you could talk a bit about why you chose to work with me, work with Omnius Web Development.
Absolutely. So, I mean, we met at a networking group called BNI, which is awesome because it's a structured kind of group where you are learning about each other's business, and the whole reason for doing it is to help each other grow each other's businesses with word of mouth referrals. So that's how you and I got connected. And you always had great presentations and really focused on not just SEO, but creating dynamic websites, and also how we can create conversions from these, which in 2025 is super important for any business owner. So, I mean, from there, we just started working together and figuring out what was the formula for my business to get the most, not so much referrals, but conversions from SEO and Meta.
Yeah, so what was the biggest obstacle going from your mobile, just focused on mobile chiropractic, to now opening a studio? Like, I remember when you came to me, it was really important for us to have a big launch for your studio, to get into SEO, to do the paid ads, to just have a great website.
I'll be honest, the biggest obstacle was now having this huge cost to run this studio. For 10 years, when you're mobile, like, your overhead costs are so low. There's no rent to pay, no mortgage to pay for your office. And now I'm blessed to have a mortgage for this and pay it. However, this just also means that I need to hire a conversion of patients so that I have the income coming in order to keep this running. And they always say in order to ascend in life, you have to step into discomfort. And I finally decided to take the plunge, and you've been a great help.
Thank you. Would you say there's a couple things that I did differently that maybe other agencies didn't, like, stuck out to you in the way that I worked with you?
I think the first thing was you even doing something simple as sending me a whole questionnaire before we even had our discovery call, to get an idea of what I need for my unique business so that you can help me the best way you could, which was great. So you already had the info on how you could help me with my current issues. And therefore we had a more structured first call, which was good. I also like the fact that you're very adaptable. Whenever I tell you, like recently, we tried so many different things. It's a very different demographic than mobile. Mobile was a niche, service I had that I kind of monopolized because there aren't that many mobile chiropractors. And now I am stepping into the world of clinics with a physical location. And like I mentioned earlier, there's a clinic or studio for wellness care at almost every intersection. What makes you different? So you really helped deep dive into how we could make my new website more dynamic and stand out, and how to also bring the unique services I have to the forefront so people right away know what I offer and how we're different. Even just it being called the mindful spine, and how we take a deep dive investigation into your pain rather than just treating the symptoms.
Awesome. I mean, in terms of everything we did together, because it was a lot. It was the website, it's been SEO, it's been meta ads, Google ads. What things would you say maybe you found just in this location, like they worked less? I know you said meta ads maybe less so, and then you were saying Google ads have been amazing.
Yeah. So what I found is, like, even years before too, like anytime I tried to do meta, it's like I mentioned earlier, when you're scrolling through Instagram or Facebook, yes, it's great to see these chiropractic cracking videos and videos of people getting treated, tips and tricks, but how do you convert it? And I found that it was always difficult to do that, because if you're scrolling through these social media apps and you're not currently in pain, it's not like a direct conversion right away compared to, say, selling some kind of item or service that you need right away. So a lot of our customers usually come from searching. You know, you've thrown your back out, you've got migraines, you're looking for care right now, and that's where we get most of our conversions from. So I think that when you started shifting more into helping you with Google ads, we started to see a real return on our investment.
Yeah. Do you have any like numbers you could share in terms of Google ads, like idea of how many people have been coming in through Google ads?
Sure. Again, like I understood, like going into this, that it's going to take a while to build it up and, you know, ride that train to getting this place slammed busy. It's going to take some time, but I know it's going to happen. But I would say in the first like month of that, we probably got like 10 to 12 new clients, which is pretty awesome and very rare, especially because it's such a saturated market. Yeah, I think Google ads work really well.
Yeah, awesome. I mean,
how it worked, right?
Yeah. I always, with my clients, I always try to figure out where their advantage lies. And even when we were speaking like 2 hours ago about massage therapy and chiro, I always want to make sure my clients are playing on like an unfair playing field. Like I want them to make sure that they win, as opposed to like the dozens, or most service-oriented businesses have hundreds of competitors in the city. So I always am looking for the best ways to try and get my clients to make sure that people choose you as opposed to other people, because there's just so many competitors out there, and there's so many different ways of doing things.
Totally. I would say one thing that kind of sets you apart from anybody else I've worked with in this industry of SEO and trying to promote the business online is that you're very adaptable. And even certain things, like earlier today we were talking about, well, I'm going to be gone on vacation for 3 weeks. I can't just leave this studio with no income coming in. Our massage therapist is going to be here. How can we maybe adapt our current Google ads or our budget to maybe target massage therapy so that he's getting busier while I'm gone, so we're still getting that return on investment, and I'm not freaking out being on the other side of the world thinking, well, I'm paying all this money, but I'm not even there to treat any new clients. So the adaptability is really good, and like even things like you getting on a call with a Google agent to figure out how to use that Performance Max feature for Google ads was great, because we're already seeing quite a difference from doing that. So that's really good. Like, I don't know how many clients you have, but yeah, I always feel like I'm your only client, which is great. Which I know I'm not your only client, but that's great. Customer service.
Yeah, I mean, I always think about how I can make my clients feel like they're the only client. And so I need to be really picky about who I work with, because I'm sure any business owner can agree with the fact that sometimes there's bad clients out there, and you know, everyone gets them. And sometimes you hit an amazing client like yourself, and you really just want to leverage those relationships and just build off those instead of trying to like have 100 clients and do mediocre work for them. So yeah, definitely, I appreciate you saying that, but yeah, thank you.
Anytime I work with somebody, I think that the most important quality of any business person is how you make your customer feel. You could have the shittiest product ever, but they'll keep coming back just because of how you make them feel. So I think that's a big plus that you have. Not that your product is shitty, but The customer service was great.
Where do you see this going in like a year? Like, where do you see the Mindful Spine Studio? Where do you see the online presence, the marketing we're doing?
Multiple things. So one is, the first goal obviously is to get this studio thriving. It's already off to a great start. We're doing other initiatives in the area other than online, which is going to help build it too. The next thing is possibly bring in another practitioner, looking at, because we're called the Mindful Spine, let's bring in a psychotherapist so we can treat people mind and body, which would be really cool. And then also just starting to target corporate clients, because where the office is situated, there's so many business buildings around here. That's a great market to tap into. So I think I'm going to have you help me tap into that market.
Yeah, I remember like maybe a year ago, we were talking about doing some sort of offer, corporate wellness days.
That's right.
And I think that's definitely something we could leverage in the coming months.
I think we should do that, especially now that they have a space, like a dedicated space where they can come. And I think one of the changes, just going back to a question you asked earlier, is what is a big difference of being in a studio now too, is productivity. Now that I'm not driving from patient to patient, I have way more availability to make life easier for a client to book in, even with having things like online booking. So for all these clients, there's way more availability for them that wouldn't have been there if I stayed mobile.
Yeah, and something I've noticed with some clients appreciate all my extra advice, and some are like, I just hired you for SEO, why are you talking about your offers, all that. That's something I've noticed with you. You've always appreciated, like when I come to you, like, hey, we could do this, we could do that. And I think that's definitely the way I prefer working. Just because I love trying to get actual results for clients. And sometimes what you come to an agency for isn't actually what you need. But I find that most agencies will just try and sell you on what you come there for to make a quick buck. And it might not be what you need, right?
And that's it, right? It's the customer service. Go the extra mile. And I think anybody who's a creative, we love to bounce ideas off one another. You're going to have ideas that I didn't even think about. And that's already happened. Who am I to blow against the wind, right?
If a chiropractor asked you, would you hire, I'm thinking of hiring Andre, what would you say? Or maybe someone in the health services space.
It's very easy. I would just say, do a discovery call with him, and he'll take care of the rest. It's how you treat your clients. It's the service that you provide rather than just any SEO guy that will make that connection in the first call. I would just have them do a discovery call with you. I think we're just gonna continue working together and grow this thing and make it thrive. And hey, who knows, maybe in a few years we'll need a bigger space. So.
Well, thank you for this quick talk.
Thank you.
And yeah.